What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to this channel. We have this fun question that says find the values of x given that 7 to the power of 1 plus x plus 7 to the power of 1 minus x is equal to 50. Well, our first step would be for us to apply the law of indices here that says when I have a to the power of b plus c, we can see that it resembles what we have here. This can be written as a to the power of b times a to the power of c. Now we have an expression like this too, so we're going to be applying the law of indices as well. If we have a to the power of b minus c, this resembles this. This can be written as a to the power of b divided by a to the power of c. So rewriting this and this using indices, this will be 7 to the power of 1 times 7 to the power of x plus this will be 7 to the power of 1 divided by 7 to the power of x, and this is equal to 50. Very good. Now simplifying further, 7 to the power 1 is 7 times 7 to the power of x plus 7 to the power 1 is 7 all over 7 to the power of x, and this is equal to 50. Now we're going to be introducing substitution here by saying that let 7 to the power of x be equal to y. So rewriting this expression, we're going to have 7 times y, which is for this, plus 7 over y. This is equal to 50. Very good. So simplifying further, 7 times y is 7y, plus this is 7 over y, equal to 50. Now to clear the fraction, we have to multiply through by y. So I'll use y times 7y plus I'll use y times 7 over y equal to I'll use y times 50. Very good. Now see, y times 7y is 7y squared plus, now this y cancels out this y, leaving behind 7, equal to y times 50 is 50y. Very good. Now let's arrange this quadratic equation in its standard form. I'm going to be moving 50y to the left hand side. So we have 7y squared, and as 50y crosses, it becomes minus 50y. Then I have plus 7 here, equal to 0. Now let's solve. 7 times 7 is 49. So the factors of 49 that we're going to be using that satisfies this equation will be negative 49 times negative 1. Why does this work? Because their multiplication gives positive 49 and their addition, which is negative 49 plus negative 1, gives negative 50, which is the middle term here. Very good. So on factorizing, we have 7y squared. Now replacing this negative 50y with what we have here, this will be negative 49y minus 1y, and then plus 7 equal to 0. So let's factorize. So notice that for the first two terms, 7y is common, so we can factor out 7y. Now open bracket, 7y squared divided by 7y, we're going to have y minus, now 49y divided by 7y, we have 7. Good. Minus, now 1 is common, so we factor out 1. Now open brackets. Now negative 1y divided by negative 1, we have y. Now 7 divided by negative 1 is minus 7. Good. And this is equal to 0. Now notice that y minus 7 is common, so we can factor out y minus 7. Good. Now open brackets. Now use this to divide y minus 7. 7y will remain. Minus, Now use this to divide y minus 7, 1 will remain. Good. And this is equal to 0. So we have two cases. So the first case is y minus 7 equal to 0. Then the second case is 7y minus 1 equal to 0. So easily from the first case we can get the value of y by moving negative 7 to the right. So that gives y to be equal to 7. Good. Now for the second case, we can move negative 1 to the right hand side so that we have 7y to be equal to 1. Now making y the subject, y will be equal to 1 over 7. Very good. Now let's recall. Recall from our substitution that 7x is equal to y. 7 to power x rather is equal to y. Now we start with when y is 7. So when y is equal to 7. Let's substitute here. So we have 7 to the power of x is equal to value of y, this time is 7. 7 is the same as 7 to power 1. Now notice that the bases are the same. So we equate the powers. So x will be equal to 1. So this is one value for x. Now this time we're going to try for when y is equal to 1 all over 7. We substitute here. So we have 7 to power x equal to y, whose value is 1 over 7. So this reduces to 7 to power x equal to 1 over 7 is an inverse of 7, which can also be written as 7 to power negative 1. Good. Now the bases are the same, so we can equate the powers. So x will be equal to negative 1, a solution. So we have two solutions, which are x equal to 1 and x equal to negative 1. Well, feel free to share your ideas in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video and have learned something from this video, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss my upcoming videos. And like I always say, until next time, take care.